because of the style of basketball I play.
You watch film, you're on the court, you're in the locker room. What is it about this offense, though, that has allowed that kind of success?
We're playing together, playing hard. The game plan and the way we're playing offensively is so easy. So from day one, we were able to pick up Coach Bud's great style of play. You keep it simple, try to move our bodies, try to move the ball, and whoever is open, shoots the ball. Or whoever is not open, just try to make a play.
What were those early conversations like with Coach Bud when you knew that he was going to be your new head coach and the philosophy that he was going to bring to this team?
It was simple. At first, he told me about his philosophy and the way he thought we're going to play this year. You know, I'm a player, I'm trying to pick up my coach brain. And he told me that he's one of the best coaches to make us have a lot of open looks. So that's going to help me have a lot of driving lanes, a lot of gaps, to make plays, to get to the basket, to get to the free throw line. So I was like, okay, this seems that he's going to fit the style of the way I play, the way we want to play. So it's been awesome since day one.
This team has already exceeded expectations. What do you see as a realistic expectation for the Milwaukee Bucks this season?
We definitely got to be in the top, one of the top teams in the East. Personally, it doesn't really matter what we do in the regular season because I realize that it matters to play in May and June. That's my main focus. I'm going to take it day by day. Our team going to take it day by day. We're going to keep playing good basketball, getting better, finding open looks, finding our teammates. And hopefully when the regular season is over, we can play the best basketball we can play in May and June.
Well, at 23 years young, Giannis Antetokounmpo has established himself as a superstar and MVP candidate. In the latest Isiah On Point, our Hall of Famer breaks down how Giannis is creating havoc for defenses trying to stop him.
Welcome to Isiah On Point. And today we're going to talk about the Greek freak. We're going to talk about Giannis, and we're going to totally break down his game. What really makes him special, what makes him unique, and what makes him the most gifted player at this point guard position at 7 feet tall that's in the league right now. As you see, he takes it off the glass. He can use both hands. He can see over the defenders. He's got great vision. He passes the basketball. He's got the in and out dribble. You see him here with the George Gervin finger roll. So that's what makes him truly special when we talk about a guy that can take it off the glass, bring it up the court at 7 feet tall. When you're down and you guard, right, you're used to that dribbler taking 1, 2 dribbles and you can slide and move. Well, when you guarding Giannis, right, it's one dribble and before you know it, you find yourself underneath the rim and he's dunking on top of your head. They're normally used to defending guys who take 2 dribbles. But Giannis is starting with 1 dribble from the free throw line, top of the key, and he's dunking the basketball. So he distorts the spatial time. That's how gifted and long he is and athletic he is. Our league hasn't seen a player quite like Giannis. And now that he's developing a jump shot, that means he's got all the bases covered from an offensive standpoint. You see he's getting those elbows in closer now. When he first came into the league, those elbows were out. Now he's bringing them in. They're touching the hip. Okay, he's got the step back. He's got all the little shots that he's developing. He's still learning. He's still growing. He's also the only guy that's probably in this young group who has said verbally out loud that one day he wants to be compared to the greats who are in the league now, of the LeBron Jameses and the Kevin Durant. And Giannis is on his way.
That means something coming from Isiah Thomas. Giannis is on his way, and that's a sure thing. Look, you played with him your last 2 seasons in the league in Milwaukee. Okay, we see the athleticism. We know what he can do skill-wise, but mentally, what is it that separates him from the rest of the pack?
Well, you got to give Jason Kidd so much credit, right? Because one thing he did for him is he developed his all-around game. We had something we called night school. And I ain't talking Kevin Hart and Tiff Haddish. I'm talking about nighttime in the gym, watching film. Then after the film session, we go out on the court and we put him in the spots that we would have for him in the offense. And he would make shot after shot after shot. And so by him going through that process, he just continued to develop that routine, and it gave him confidence. So when he seen it in the game, he had already seen it the night before. And so he can go out there and perform. And so now you're seeing it come to fruition 2 or 3 years later. Now his body has gotten stronger, right? He's physically able to do all the things he can do out there on the floor against LeBron, against all the top level guys in the league. And so with that being said, he still has room to grow. Everybody talks about him developing his jump shot. I'm with you, Candace. Why? When I can Euro from half court and dunk on anybody in the league, keep doing it. All you got to do is surround him with shooters, which Coach Bud has done, and you will see him continue to flourish.
Candace, we talked about primes, right? Players in their primes. He's still 23 years old, and he's having prime type of seasons. What do you see the next level of development for him? Hold on, we got to give you the
Oh, you mean the Rock? Okay, well, I'm going to throw a no-look.
Well, I'm shooting this.
You know, Giannis, you saw it last year in the playoffs. You saw when they took Boston to 7 games that they were right there. And Giannis this year has just played phenomenal in the full court. And if anybody believes, we were talking about this earlier, in the playoffs, the game slows down. But when you surround a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo in the half court, it doesn't matter if you're open court or half court, you can't guard him with one defender. So if you surround him with shooters, somebody has to come and he can make the right pass with the left or the right hand, and he has the court vision to make the right play, get to the basket or score, pass. He can do it all.
You mentioned those shooters because, again, Giannis hasn't developed that outside, that three-point shot in his game, but the Bucks are taking 41 three-pointers a game, making 15 a game. Let's make that clear. That's more than the Golden State Warriors. Jet, is that something that's sustainable all year?
I'm sick.
Because you were on that team. That's your game.
Listen, I was there, and I should still be in that joint, and I'll be letting it fly. But no, it's fun to see. That's the evolution of our game today. Coach Bud has done a great job of implementing his system, and the guys have bought in. Who doesn't like to shoot threes? I told somebody the other day, John Henson attempted 6 threes in his entire career. He's made 6 already this year, and he's coming off the bench. So you know it's fun. It's a great style of play. They got a brand new arena. The fans are behind them, and they got one of the best players in the league on their team.
Yeah, and Giannis is putting the ball in the pocket where people can hit those shots, Candace.
Well, when you have a leader, we talk about franchises that adapt to their leader because you're only as good as your best player and as your coaching style. And Giannis is that type of guy. He's a good guy, great culture around him. He makes the right play. And when you play with somebody that is unselfish, that doesn't care who puts the ball in the basket, I mean, that's a recipe for success. Yeah.
And it's working for the Bucks right now. Currently second best record in the Eastern Conference. Hey, more Game Time coming your way after we take this quick break.
Give me a rock track.